Hey boos, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make stuffed shells. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel, that way you don't miss a recipe. I post weekly. Also, be sure to check the description box below for the full recipe and step-by-step directions. Alright, let's get into the video. So here's everything we're going to be needing for this recipe. We need parsley flakes, complete seasoning, minced garlic, black peppercorn, Parmesan cheese, red pepper flakes, garlic and pepper seasoning, ground sage, bay leaves, Italian seasoning, oregano, ricotta cheese, mozzarella cheese, 2 cans of tomato sauce, 1 egg, ground beef, and jumbo shells. So the first thing I'm going to do is boil my pasta. I like to add just a little bit of salt to my water, and then I'm just going to give that a good stir. And I just add a little bit of butter to my water as well. Once that water comes to a boil, I'm gonna add in my shells, and I'm gonna boil that for about 9 minutes. Of course, you wanna give that a good stir occasionally just to make sure the shells do not stick together. And once that's done, you just wanna drain that and set that aside. So now we're gonna get started on our meat sauce. And since I'm using lean ground beef, I just added a little bit of butter to my pot, and now I'm just adding in the ground beef, and I'm just gonna brown that. And I'm cooking this on a medium to high heat. And I'm just gonna break that meat up. As you can see, I'm not gonna start adding my seasonings in until the meat is completely browned. When you do it this way, the ground beef doesn't come out to be as dry. So I'm gonna start off by adding 1 tablespoon of minced garlic. If you have fresh garlic, you can use that instead. And then I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of garlic and pepper seasoning and 1 teaspoon of sage and 2 teaspoons of complete seasoning. Then I'm gonna add 1.5 cans of tomato sauce. Now it's time to add in the herbs and spices. So the first thing I'm gonna add is 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon of red pepper flakes, 2 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of sugar. And I basically just add the sugar just to cut down on the acidity. And now I'm just gonna add in 1 teaspoon of rosemary, and I'm gonna give everything a good mix. So now that the sauce is done, we can get started on the cheese stuffing. So I'm gonna start off by beating an egg and setting that aside because we're gonna need that for the cheese stuffing. Alright, so for the stuffing, I'm gonna be using 4 cups of ricotta cheese. Then I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of minced garlic. However, I would definitely suggest using fresh garlic instead. Only thing, you're gonna have to pre-cook that first before adding it to the stuffing. Then I added 1 teaspoon of garlic and pepper seasoning, 1 teaspoon of black peppercorns, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Then I'm gonna add 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. Of course, if you have fresh Parmesan cheese, use 1/2 bag of that instead. And then I'm gonna add 1/2 bag of mozzarella cheese. And the last thing I'm gonna add is that egg that I mixed up previously. And then I'm just gonna mix everything together. And this is what your cheese stuffing should look like when you're done mixing it. Alright, so now it's finally time to stuff these shells. So before I stuff these shells, I'm just gonna add some tomato sauce. I just add enough to cover the bottom. And all I'm doing is just taking that cheese sauce and just stuffing it in the inside. I'm telling you guys, this is super simple. So I'm just gonna save some time and stuff the rest of these off camera. So now that all of these are stuffed, it is time to add the meat sauce, which is super simple. I'm literally just taking that meat sauce and adding it on top of every single shell. So now that I'm done stuffing it, it is time to add the cheese. I am adding a half a bag of mozzarella cheese, a half a bag of Parmesan cheese, and I just added a little bit of cheddar cheese on top. But keep in mind, if you don't like certain cheeses, you can always substitute them for other cheeses. And the last thing I'm gonna add is just some parsley to garnish, and then I'm gonna pop this in the oven on 350 for about 20 minutes. And that is the final product, guys. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this recipe. Also, be sure to let me know in the comment section below what you guys want me to make next week. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.